Hello, my name is Elisha Stark, and this is my presentation on the age of the Earth. Have you ever wondered how old our world and the universe is? Most people would answer this question with the Big Bang, or 4.5 billion years. Well, why is that? Firstly, the Big Bang, 4.5 billion years, is much more believable. It's much easier for people to believe that the Earth and the universe are 4.5 billion years old because they look that old. Secondly, the Big Bang has more proof. It has more books and websites that confirm that it is valid. And three, the Big Bang is taught much more in education. Well, what about biblical creation? Firstly, biblical creation is harder to believe. It is harder for people to understand that the Earth is only 6,000 years old compared to 4.5 billion years old. Secondly, biblical creation has less proof. It doesn't have as many books or websites that confirm that it is true. And third, it is taught much less than the Big Bang in education. Well, why is this? What makes biblical creation so much less popular than the Big Bang? It's because biblical creation is not scientific. Let me give you an example. In the beginning of the Bible, Genesis 1, verses 1 through 2, it reads, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters." Does this sound scientific? Does this sound like it can be measured? I don't think so. Well, if the Bible isn't scientific, then why should we rely on it? To answer this question, we need to first separate facts from truths. What do I mean by this? Facts are from humans, and truths are from God. In other words, facts can be acknowledged, but truths can only be discovered. Truths are eternal. They always have been, and they always will be, and they cannot be created. And lastly, the Bible is truth. Well, how can this be? The Bible is truth because it came from God, and God cannot lie. With this information, let's talk about the Big Bang Theory. Well, why is it called the Big Bang Theory? What is a theory? A theory is a set of ideas that come together to prove a point. Well, are ideas facts? I don't think so. Dr. Stephen Ball quotes, "Evolution is indisputable only to those who simply will not consider any alternative, not because the supporting evidence is really that overwhelming." Well, if the Bible is truth, then what does the Bible give us that's so convincing? First and foremost, the genealogy from Adam to Noah. In the earlier parts of the Bible, we get a genealogy that starts with the creation of Adam and ends with the death of Noah. And in between this time period takes place 2,000 years. Also with the Bible, from the beginning, or creation, or in other words, Adam, to Jesus' death and resurrection, takes place 4,000 years. From the creation of Adam to the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. 4,000 years. But you might be asking me, 4,000 years? What happened to the other 2,000? Well, hold on to that question. Well, what does today give us? What does life today give us that aligns with the truth of the Bible? Firstly, proofs of actual discoveries. One example of this is Egyptian chariots that can be found at the bottom of the Red Sea from the story of Moses. And secondly, to answer your question, the worldwide date of 2025, which can also be pronounced 2025. Well, what is 2025 plus the previous 4,000 years? Over 6,000 years. And lastly, the complex world that we live in today. Even something as simple as a leaf, upon close examination, is so complicated that it could have only been created by a creator. So, let's conclude what we've talked about. Why is the Big Bang Theory not trustworthy? Because it is a theory, and a theory is a set of ideas, not facts. Why should we rely on the Bible? We should rely on the Bible because the Bible is truth, and it always will be truth. And what the Bible proves is truthful. And lastly, why is the earth 6,000 years old? How is the earth proven to be 6,000 years old? Well, if the Bible proves that there have been 4,000 previous years, plus 2025, which makes 6,000 years, then yes, I believe the Bible can prove that the earth is over 6,000 years old. This has been my presentation on the age of the earth.